Hi, I wanted to give some feedback about the Escape from Tarkov for the Battle State games, which is not gonna be your usual, oh, make a better game, increase the performance, and so on. And increasing the performance is really important, and BSG is probably working on it, but trust me, there will probably never be a day where Tarkov will be in a state with a high performance without sacrificing some of its amazing things that just makes Tarkov what it is. Yet we can still give some feedback about different features that can improve our experience playing the game. And as we all know, Tarkov is really immersive, but there's just one thing that is lacking that ruins that immersion all the time for me personally, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you in the comments will agree with me. And that is AI. AI in Tarkov is, well, it's really bad. It doesn't really do much, it usually glitches out, and the only fun that I get out of it is laughing at its hilarious glitches. And here I'm not gonna be asking to improve the scavs in terms of like, oh, they're glitching out a lot, fix their glitches. No, this will hopefully come with time, but instead I want you, BSG, to add more of a idle actions for the scavs so they can feel more immersive, because this is a critical thing the game really lacks. And here I will use the example of old Stalker games, as they also had a lot of glitched out NPCs that did a lot of weird stuff. But it never really bothered me that much because they still felt really immersive. And here's why. They were walking around, sitting, singing, interacting with each other, and just trying to do their own thing while you are, as a player, not involved. And it felt like the world around you really is living. For example, in Tarkov, we see a lot of points of interest that are guarded by the scavs. But instead of them being individually aggroed at you or aggroed all at the same time, sometimes even through the doors, walls, and etc., what I would like to see is for them to guard the perimeter, walk in groups, and be in a different states of high alert or chill or something like that. Maybe even hiding. Because, you know, there are different personalities of the human beings, with someone being more ready when it comes to Tarkov, and some other being more aggressive, like for example Killer. He'll walk around and kill anything he sees. When on the other side we have Rishala, that usually hides behind his guards, and not really showing himself up. Well, at least he shouldn't. And when we combine these personality types with the small animations, like singing, slow walking, and I'm not talking about a slow walking that you can do as a character to avoid making a lot of noise, but I'm talking about like a chilled out, slow walk, you know, just sprawling around. Maybe sleeping, maybe trading between each other, because, you know, scavs are the scavs, and one might want to trick the other one, or maybe they just want to have a legitimate transaction between each other. Maybe somebody's smoking a cigarette, or maybe if they are on high alert, somebody's hiding behind some cover and just waiting, not showing up, and trying to ask, hey, who's there? And if he does not hear any responses from the fellow scavs, he is really panicking and doing something else. I think all of that combined will give a really great immersive result, and I'm not asking for you, BSG, and go do it tomorrow. I want it to be ready for the at least next wipe. No. Of course, you can do it in some interactions, you can think about it, you can even decide if you want it in the game, but I would highly suggest, and I think that would increase the immersion in the game. But besides that, there's another really big problem that can be solved by distracting the player with these interactions between the AI on itself, and that is an aimbot. We all know that sometimes in Tarkov, especially with bosses or rogues or anything like that, there is a situation where it literally lasers you, and nobody likes that. That serves no purpose other than to just, I'm sorry, but to hide a bad game design. If you think that this increases the difficulty, no, it just makes the game really cheesy, and it forces players to do some actions that requires them to think outside of immersion. They're not thinking like they're an actual PMC that is trying to survive in the unfamiliar area. It just makes you want to play the game like it is, well, a video game. It ruins the immersion. It breaks your fourth wall because you're thinking about, oh, what kind of broken mechanic do I need to use in order to trick this AI? Because he is broken on himself, and unless I do these broken mechanics, I cannot do anything about him. And instead of adjusting that aim, these actions that the enemies could perform against you would work way better. For example, we have a water treatment plant on the lighthouse, and rogues should really work in the group in order to destroy any trespassers. For example, in real life, they would have like radios, they would have checks, they would hear if somebody's shooting, and etc. etc. There are multiple, just almost an infinite amount of ideas that I could give you if you want that could help you increase the difficulty of an NPC or an AI without them actually having a better accuracy. And yes, we can still keep the accuracy at a relatively high level, but not necessarily at a level of where it just instantly one-shots you, one-taps you in the head. Nobody likes it, and we really would like you to change it. I personally really do. And to summarize it again, add more idle actions for the scavs, some interactions between them without involving the player, or maybe some new mechanics that does involve the player. Get rid of the annoying aimbot, and we should have an increase in immersion that will hide some of the performance or glitches issues that we have currently. And please, if you're still listening, tell me in the comments down below, what do you think about all of that, and what are your thoughts or ideas on that topic? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another one.